Let's discuss about unified service marketing. Service is one of the most popular sector of the economy. It contributes almost 50% of the GDP. So you need to know the background of services. So let us discuss the introduction. Services, it is an economic activity that is intangible. It is not stored. It does not result in ownership. It is consumed at the point of sale. It is a set of one-time consumable and perishable which benefits are delivered from the service provider. Service sector is growing at a revolutionary pace, which in turn affects the way people work and live. New services are continuously launched to satisfy the ever increasing demands of the customer. The products of service sectors are diverse and numerous. It consists of industries that sell to customers, business customers, and also to the government agencies and non-profit organizations. At one end, the products of service sector include tourism, travel, banking, insurance, telecommunications, health services, whereas on the other end, it includes products like restaurants, public laundries, parlors, salons, and real estate. Every business is a service business. For instance, it is not a chemical company, but a chemical services business. The term service can be understood with as a form of product that consists of activities, benefits, or satisfactions offered for sale that are essentially intangible and do not result in ownership of anything. It includes banking, hotels, tax consultation, home care services, or housekeeping services. The definition services are separately identifiable activities that satisfy customer needs or wants through essentially intangible benefits, either in their own right or a significant element of a tangible product. Therefore, services are activities, benefits, or satisfaction which are offered for sale or provided in connection with sale of goods, which is given according to American Marketing Association. So, according to this definition, services are those identifiable, essentially intangible activities which provide satisfaction when marketed to its customers. So, therefore, services marketing is an activity or benefit that one party can offer to another. It is essentially intangible. So we can take further few more examples like defense sector, postal services, education, health, religious services, hospitals, airlines, law consultation firms, entertainment industry, and so on. They all belong to service sector. So the definition given by Philip Kotler. A service is an act or performance that one party can offer to another that is essentially intangible and does not result in ownership of anything. Its production may or may not be tied to a physical product. So, service is a word used constantly. The word service has an impression on many people. For example, people who work as lifeguards view this work as a service to the community. Naturally, based on working as a lifeguard, the definition of service would be an action beneficial to the well being of others. A service is a set of one-time, consumable, and perishable benefits transferred from the accountable service provider, mostly in close relation with his internal or external service supplier. So, therefore, these are the few definitions of services. Let's move on to understand the characteristics of services. The characteristics can be discussed under four headings. The first is intangibility. Services that cannot be touched, seen, tasted, heard, or felt in the same manner as goods. Services are intangible and insubstantial. They cannot be touched, gripped, handled, looked, smelled, tasted. There is neither potential nor need for transport, storage, or stocking of services. Perishability, another feature, let's discuss little later. Inseparability, a characteristic of services that allows them to be produced and consumed simultaneously. The the service provider is indispensable for service delivery, as he or she must promptly generate and render the service to the requesting service consumer. The service consumer should sit for the process of hairdressing or Even for availing certain services, one has to sit across and take the consultation. So service provider and service availer cannot be separated. They are inseparable. And they are heterogeneity, characteristics of service that makes them less standardized and uniform than goods. Perishability, a characteristics of services that prevents them from being stored, warehoused, or even inventoried. Services are perishable in two regards. The services relevant resources, processes, and systems are assigned for service delivery during a definite period of time. For example, an empty seat on a plane never can be utilized and charged after departure. When the service has been completely rendered to the requesting service consumer, this particular service irreversibly vanishes and it has been consumed by the service consumer. So the passenger has been transported to the destination and cannot be transported again to this location at this point in time. So services are characterized by these aspects. They are intangible in nature, they are inseparable, heterogeneity, and perishability. Let's discuss the importances of services. The service sector of the economy is more than twice the size of manufacturing sector. Services account for more than half of all the consumer expenditures. Almost 80% of new jobs are created over the past 10 years that have been in the service sector. Let's understand the difference between goods and services. Goods or products or commodities, they are tangible in nature, whereas services is intangible. Goods are standardized. The product shape design is standardized, whereas services is heterogeneous. Production separate from consumption, whereas goods can be stored, transported, and delivered to the consumers. But this is not with the services. Both production and consumption should happen simultaneously. Goods are non-perishable to a certain extent, but services are 100% perishable in nature. So in this session, we have discussed the introduction to services, meaning, definition, characteristics, and also the difference between goods and services.